Title: The Great Pancake Race. In the small, cheerful town of Maple Leaf, there was one event that everyone looked forward to each year: the Great Pancake Race. It wasn't just any race. This was a competition where contestants had to run while flipping pancakes in frying pans. It was messy, it was wild, and it was always hilarious. Every year, families would gather to cheer on their favorite racers, and each competitor was determined to win the coveted title of Pancake King or Queen. This year, the race promised to be more exciting than ever, especially because Penny Maple, a 10-year-old with a fierce determination and a talent for pancake flipping, was determined to win. Penny had always been good at racing, but she had never won the Great Pancake Race. This year was going to be different. The night before the race, Penny stayed up late practicing in the kitchen with her mom. She'd watched videos online and read books about the best pancake flipping techniques. She had learned that the key to winning wasn't just running fast, but finding the perfect balance between speed and control. "I'm going to win this year, Mom," Penny said confidently, flipping her pancake into the air with surprising skill. Her mom smiled. "I'm sure you'll do great, sweetie. Just remember, it's not all about winning. Have fun." But Penny wasn't just racing for fun. She had a plan. The winner of the race would be crowned Pancake Queen for the year and get free pancakes every morning. Penny dreamed of starting her day with syrup-soaked fluffy pancakes all year long. It was her ultimate prize. The next morning, the sun was shining brightly over Maple Leaf, and the streets were buzzing with excitement. Pancake-themed decorations filled the town square, and the delicious smell of pancakes wafted through the air. Families lined the streets with flags, and the local band played lively tunes on a stage by the finish line. Penny stood at the starting line, her frying pan in hand, feeling the nerves build in her stomach. She glanced around at her competition. There was Tommy Spatula, the 12-year-old pancake-flipping prodigy. He had won the race 3 times in a row, and this year he was ready to make it 4. Then there was Susie Buttercup, the quiet but fast racer. At just 9 years old, Susie had an incredibly steady hand when it came to flipping pancakes. Penny had never beaten her, but today, Penny felt different, more confident. And, of course, there was Grandpa Joe, the reigning Pancake King. Grandpa Joe had won the race every single year for the past decade. He was retired, loved baking, and knew the art of pancake flipping better than anyone. Everyone in town admired him, but Penny was determined that this would be the year she finally beat him. "All right, everyone," the mayor called from the front of the crowd. "Get ready for the Great Pancake Race. When I say go, you'll flip, you'll run, and you'll finish strong. The winner will be crowned Pancake King or Queen, so give it your best shot." The contestants took their marks. Penny tightened her grip on her frying pan, feeling the weight of it in her hand. The pancakes inside the pans were perfectly golden, and she could already imagine the victory in her mind. Ready, set, go. The race began with a bang. Penny sprinted forward, her feet pounding against the pavement. She could hear the sound of Tommy's sneakers thumping behind her and the unmistakable whoosh of Susie's pancakes flipping effortlessly in the air. Penny took a deep breath, focusing on the task at hand. She raised her frying pan, giving her pancake a little flip. It was a perfect spin, landing back into the pan with ease. Tommy sped past her, his pancake soaring above his head, almost as if it was gliding. Penny gritted her teeth and pushed herself faster. She wasn't going to let Tommy win again. And up ahead, Susie was a blur of motion, her small feet light as she ran, flipping her pancake with remarkable accuracy. But Penny wasn't going to give up. She could see the finish line in the distance, and with it, the promise of pancakes for a whole year. As they neared the first obstacle, the Syrup Splash Zonetha runners had to dodge giant syrups being tossed into the air from the syrup fountain. The sticky syrup rained down on the racers, making the ground slippery and the pancakes hard to control. Penny kept her eyes on the syrup, avoiding the splashes. But Tommy wasn't so lucky. He slipped, and his pancake went flying out of the pan, spinning wildly through the air. "That's it! I've lost!" Tommy groaned, but he quickly recovered. Grabbing his pan again, and trying to get back into the race. Penny couldn't help but smile. This was her chance. Next came the Pancake Flip Tunnel, a narrow passage lined with inflatable pancakes that bounced as the contestants ran through it. Penny had to duck and dodge, her pancake wobbling in the pan as she tried to keep it steady. Just as she passed through the last inflatable pancake, she heard Susie's voice behind her. "You're doing great, Penny," Susie called out, her voice full of encouragement. Penny smiled but didn't slow down. She knew that she had to stay focused if she wanted to beat Grandpa Joe. Ahead of her, she could see him jogging calmly along, his pancakes still perfectly balanced in his pan. "Come on, Penny," Grandpa Joe called out to her as they reached the final stretch. "You've got this. But you're going to have to work harder if you want to take my title." Penny's heart raced. Grandpa Joe was always so relaxed, so sure of himself. But this year, Penny was ready to push through the finish line. She could see the finish line in the distance, a giant stack of pancakes with golden syrup dripping down. "I'm not giving up now," Penny shouted. As the final stretch approached, the crowd cheered louder, and the competition grew fiercer. Tommy was recovering, but Penny was ahead. Susie was close behind too, but it was clear that Grandpa Joe was pulling ahead until something unexpected happened. At the very last moment, Grandpa Joe slipped. It wasn't a huge fall, but his pancake flew from his pan and landed right in the crowd, causing a chain reaction of laughter and chaos. The crowd erupted in cheers as Grandpa Joe dusted himself off. Penny didn't even hesitate. She made one final push, flipped her pancake high into the air, and with the perfect landing, she crossed the finish line. The crowd went wild. "You did it, Penny!" Susie called out, high-fiving her as she finished. "You really earned it this year, kiddo," Grandpa Joe said, giving her a pat on the back. "Looks like I'm passing the crown on to you." The mayor placed a golden pancake crown on Penny's head. "Congratulations, Penny Maple, the new Pancake Queen!" Penny's heart soared. She had done it. She had won. And as she sat down with her first plate of pancakes, syrup dripping down, she realized that the victory wasn't just about winning, it was about the fun of the race, the thrill of the challenge, and the memories she'd made with her friends and family. But she still couldn't wait to have pancakes every morning. That was the real prize. The end.